Big Monday, brought to you by LinkedIn. And here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, Big 12 basketball coming your way. Oklahoma State even at 13-13 as they play host to number 10 Baylor. Here from Gallagher-Iba Arena, and you're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Fans fired up to watch the home team, the Cowboys, and we take a peek at the standings. Kansas at first place at 11-2. Tech and Baylor each with a record of 10-4, and Oklahoma State at 6-8, but ineligible for the postseason. Welcome courtside, John Ciambi and Fran Fraschilla. Chris Budden will join us coming up. Let's talk about Baylor. Been an interesting season for them when you consider how talented this team is. Injuries have been a huge part of the story, but rewind, Fran. You're talking about a team that got off to a great start.
Absolutely. Number one in the country, 15-0. They haven't lost a lot of games in 3 years until the injury bug bit them after getting out to such a hot start, John. And then it started. And again, they have been undefeated when they've been healthy, but that's not been the case. Obviously losing the big fella, JTT. But here is what Scott Drew has replacing Jonathan Tchamwa. His 4 big guys in the last 3 games, 43 points, 26 rebounds. Thamba has been outstanding, so has Meyer, and the 2 freshmen.
Chris Budden, what do you have in terms of health updates and Baylor?
Well, as Fran mentioned, it has been a tough couple of weeks losing Jonathan Tchamwa for the rest of this season. LJ Cryer is out tonight again with a lingering foot injury. The good news, though, is that Adam Flagler is back today. He missed last Saturday's game. These guys are playing a lot of minutes, though, and Scott Drew's concern is one of these guys getting into foul trouble.
So we'll see how they handle it if, in fact, the Bears do get into foul trouble. Thamba wins the tip, gets it to Meyer, and now Flagler will handle. He's been bothered by a knee injury. He didn't play on Saturday against TCU. Akinjo cuts, but he's rejected. That one knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay Baylor basketball.
You saw a little taste right there of the athleticism of the Cowboys. They are not eligible for the NCAA tournament, obviously. Mike Boynton's got these guys playing at a fever pitch.
Akinjo will flip it in. Thamba will track it down. And the Bears will set it back up.
John, do you remember the first team to give Baylor a loss this season?
It was these Oklahoma State Cowboys on January 15th. That's a travel. And in fact, Fran, Oklahoma State has beaten Baylor the last 2 times that they've met. You go back to the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament, and Mike Boynton's team picked up a win. So 2 in a row. Got to give him credit for the way he's held this team together. They knew they wouldn't be eligible for the postseason. They continue to play hard.
There's no question about it, John. These coaches at this time of year, crisis management coordinators. Everybody's dealing with something, and he's dealing with motivating his team, though they're not eligible for postseason play.
I think this end of the court is where the questions come for the Cowboys. Will they score enough? Cisse, who is improved for sure. That shot off the mark, but the rebound is pulled down. And back out, well done by Tyreek Smith. Anderson. Jumper wouldn't fall, fight for the loose ball. And it'll be Baylor basketball.
Oh, you're right, John. For Oklahoma State, it begins and ends with those guards, in my opinion. Watch this ball right here. Somebody hits it. Looks like it goes off the big fella. Mustafa Cisse, who's having a good year, improving offensively for sure. Musa Cisse, excuse me.
Brown gives off Flagler. Akinjo. And that one wouldn't fall. James Akinjo, the transfer from Arizona, started his career at Georgetown. He's a guy that's been bothered by injuries at times this year. A back injury kept him out a couple of games.
John, it's the only reason this team has struggled. It's not the play.
Yeah.
It's how many guys can stay healthy, and it's just part of the game. Akinjo last 14 points, 7 assists.
Crossover, Anderson, jumper was short. Loose ball, and that one on the floor. Thamba eventually picks it up, and we're still scoreless. 2 minutes in, we're pitching a shutout. A lot of contact there. And the feed attempted inside for Thamba, and it's a turnover, second on Baylor.
Well, you've seen already on the defensive end for Mike Boynton, they are a feisty, athletic, quick, strong group of guys.
Smith, the Texas Tech transfer, gives off to Bryce Thompson, and now a takeaway. Akinjo the other way. Meyer lays it in and one. It'll go to the line.
Well, that's a terrific pass by James Akinjo. You couldn't draw up a 2-on-1 any better than this. First of all, great steal by Akinjo, and then watch him make the defender commit. And Matt Meyer's going to get a chance at an old-fashioned three right here.
Foul on Bryce Thompson, his first. And so here's Meyer to the line. And he gets the three-point play, averaging 13 points on 54% shooting and 42% from three over the last 3 games.
You know, he's a guy, John, I really think he's capable of going for 25 or 30. He hasn't done it this year, but that would be a huge bonus for Scott Drew down the stretch of the season.
Likely gets into the paint, flips it up. And Akinjo tracks down the rebound.
A lot of spread, 4 out, some pick and roll.
Kendall Brown jumper. That wouldn't fall. Fans still standing here at Gallagher-Iba waiting for the Cowboys to score a missed dunk, and they stay standing.
Well, Cisse got behind Thamba, and Flo was very lucky.
Thamba gets inside, blocked by Cisse. Likely up ahead. And Thompson not able to hit. Anderson will try a three.
Right now, Baylor getting dominated on the glass. Lucky there. Flagler stepped in, but give the Cowboys credit. They are dominating Baylor on the glass right now. And I honestly think Baylor's not ready. Take a look right here. Watch the effort by Tariq Smith. Cowboys coming up empty. But I'd be concerned if I was Scott Drew. See Jeremy Sohan right away.
I mean, I hear you. You can't run away from the idea, though, that Oklahoma State, I mean, we're 3:40 in, they haven't scored.
That's true. But the pitching's been good.
Akinjo pauses at the free throw line, kicks out to Flagler. Cowboys such a good defensive team. Shot clock is under 10. Akinjo uses the Thamba screen, and then Thamba loses the ball out of bounds with 1 on the shot clock. It'll be Baylor basketball when we return. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by LinkedIn. Whatever you're in it for, we're in it together. The Baylor Bears, their injuries. Langston Love, a freshman expected to contribute this year, out for the year after he tore his ACL. They lost Jonathan Chalmers-Chachua after the injury against Texas February 12th. And then all these guys. Akinjo's missed 2 at the back. Flagler 3 with a knee. Sohan with an ankle, he missed 4. And then LJ Cryer has missed 8 games with that foot problem. Chris Budden, you've got more on Jonathan Chalmers-Chachua.
Everyday John had knee surgery last week, what they're calling a significant injury. But good news is that just this week he was able to go from going in a wheelchair to now the ability to use crutches. He was able to be with the team at the game on Saturday. He is not here tonight, but the team is hopeful that starting next week he'll be able to rejoin the team on road games.
And again, 1 on the shot clock right here.
Bob had him.
Had Kendall Brown. Flagler, catch it, shoot, knocks it down.
Excellent. They're going to look at
John
it.
Higgins, saying we got to look at it.
John, watch the construction of this play. Kendall Brown is going to back cut to the rim, looking lob. And by the time that happens, Flagler then takes off for the wing, gets a double screen. Good construction, excellent play, and that's all you want to do as a coach is give your team a chance to score.
Fran, I got to tell you, I think they got that right. When you look at the the way the clock worked right there, I think it was out of his hands.
Now let's look. We'll see it. They've already ruled. Yep.
Still one.
Bingo.
Good job by Roger, Antonio, and
How about the
John.
play? You like it?
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think they did have Kendall Brown.
I thought they had no op,
Yep.
but they had 2 options.
Oklahoma State being shut out so far. And there's another turnover, and the long arms of Sohan getting in the way.
2 freshmen are getting major experience going down the stretch of the season.
Akinjo.
Shoot that.
And he stepped out of bounds to Kendall Brown. When healthy, and again, now we're rewinding, but the 15-0 team, the one thing I think we started to talk about, especially when you saw them just throttle Villanova, the length of this year's team set them up. It seemed like there was the potential they might be better defensively this year than they were last year, just because of physically they had guys who were longer, and that made it more difficult.
Yeah, they had the great guards off to the NBA, no question. But that's what Scott Drew was so excited about. Sohan and Kendall Brown, Jonathan Chamwa-Chachua. So one guy's missing, and now those other 4, including Thomber and Meyer, are going to pick up the slack.
Williams can't hit, and they stay cold 0 for 8. And the Cowboys still have not scored.
This is a small lineup now with Sohan as the 5-man.
That one tipped and tracked down Bryce Thompson. Anderson likely flips it up. Little too strong. Finally puts it in. And after about 5 minutes and 13 seconds, they're able to get on the board.
Well, Isa's their point guard, averages 6 rebounds a game. That's always been a strength of his. Finishing up his 4th season in Stillwater. And there's hope he can play a 5th year next year.
Sohan putting it on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a smooth move right
there.
there.
Sure is. That's what I'm talking about. Sohan and Kendall Brown getting a lot of playing time. Remember, John, Jonathan Chamwa-Chachua played 20 minutes a game, so they only have to really, between the 4 big guys, make up at 5 minutes a clip, and they can maybe get a chance to do that.
8-2, Baylor the early lead, and we get ourselves a nice Big 10, Big 12 Super Tuesday doubleheader. We have it for you on ESPN and the app at 7 Eastern. Michigan State is at Carver Hawkeye Arena to take on number 25 Iowa. And then it's the in-state rivalry game between number 5 Kansas and Kansas State at Allen Fieldhouse. We've devoted this entire week to Fran Fraschilla. He'll be calling every game on every network.
Man, feels like it, but
Takeaway, Meyer the other way, and the throwdown.
Good start defensively for Baylor.
You'll be there tomorrow night with Rich Hollenberg.
Yep, absolutely. I will be ready to go, fresh as a daisy.
Akinjo the takeaway, another turnover. That's 5 on Oklahoma State. Meyer, and a rebound ripped down that time by Woody Newton.
Good help by Baylor.
Feed inside. Oh! Foul and 1, and a throwdown for Caleb Boone.
Adam Flagler had no chance on that. Trap in the corner. Watch Williams gets rid of it. Flagler not fronting the post. He gambles. And so long. Terrific finish. After the steal.
So Baylor leading it by 6, and the dunk and the and 1, Caleb Boone. Caleb does his work more in the interior. His twin brother Keelan more likely to be knocking him down from the outside.
Remember, a year ago, Caleb set the OSU record for season field goal percentage, 64%.
Del Bonner into the game. Bonner coming off a game where he played big minutes, 37 minutes against TCU. Flagler inside, that's too easy.
Akinjo and Flagler, Scott Drew says they're about 80% right now.
Newton off the mark. Meyer rebounds the miss, and Baylor the other way.
Great fake.
Sohan. And then Meyer will try. Can't hit, tipped out. And Meyer is fortunate he wasn't called for a foul there. Bryce Williams here. And feeding down low. Cowboys have had a rough start on the offensive end. Williams into the paint. Good feed as he hits Rondell Walker.
Once Baylor double teamed in the post and that pass was made out, they never rotated back and got set up 5-on-5.
Cowboys just 3 for 13 from the floor. Under 12 to go here in the first half. John Shambi, Fran Prashillik, Chris Budden, Gallagher Iba Arena for Baylor and Oklahoma State. Got to get the shot off. Meyer. And that one is tipped. And it'll be Baylor basketball when we return. Of course, Oklahoma State not eligible for the postseason, so neither the Big 12 tournament or the NCAA tournament. It'll be Oklahoma and West Virginia, the 8-9, Kansas, the winner there, and then Tech right now would be the 2 seed, Baylor the 3 seed.
That quarterfinal is going to be unbelievable in Kansas City.
Holy cow.
What we said on Saturday in the Irwin Center was, give us Texas Tech as a Big 12 semifinal. That place was rocking Saturday.
It was fun.
Yep, sure was. Great fan support both ways.
Champ Week less than 2 weeks away. Sohan can't hit. And flying in for the rebound is Rondell Walker. 12-7 here in the early going.
Getting a shot.
What a shot. Bryce Thompson, the Kansas transfer, absorbs the contact plus tacks, and he'll head to the line.
Once he puts it on the floor, he is going to create a shot. It's what he does well. It's not just making shots, it's creating opportunities to score. And a perfect example right there, John, because he's not a three-point shooter. He is a mid-range and in scorer.
Knocks it down. Thompson not a great free throw shooter. 67% coming in, but Cowboys, who started 0 for 10, have started to heat things up, and now they're within 2 as we close in on the 11-minute mark.
And Mike Boynton, like a good pitcher, throwing the zone at him, curveball.
Brown misses. Sohan beats Samba for the deuce.
This is an example of Sohan and Brown getting all this playing time. The silver lining to the injury to Everyday John is that the 2 freshmen are growing up before our eyes. And both of these guys will be playing professional basketball soon.
Likely gives off to Thompson, who's got Akinjo on it. They try for the lob, and it works. Cisse puts it in. Moussa Cisse, who has seen his scoring totals go up, averaging a shade over 11 a game in his last 5, including a career-high 18 against West Virginia. Flagler with a big 3.
Yeah, but when you throw Adam Flagler out there with a soon-to-be, hopefully for Baylor, a healthy LJ Cryer, they got some more scoring punch on the outside, but they've missed that from Flagler when he's been hurt.
Mike Boynton telling his team during the timeout, offensively, they were moving too fast. It was causing them to be sloppy, make mistakes. Told his team, I want you to play with tempo, but I want there to be a purpose and an intent behind your actions.
Well, they have certainly found their purpose after a really slow start, and now There's that good Oklahoma State defense that we're used to.
Yeah, by Isaac Likely, especially on Akinjo. Ice did a great job on Nigel Pack Saturday, Kansas State.
Newton misses everything, and now Brown on the move gets it to Flagler. Oh my, heat check.
Too deep. Good hustle.
Walker chipped it away, Likely. Good hands by Flagler, negating that 2-on-1, and then Walker back the other way. Cisse is fouled.
John, you mentioned it, John. This kid is a defensive whiz, but more than lately, he's really come on offensively. You see where he's from the country of Guinea, West Africa. How about his teammates in high school? Christ the King High School, Kofi Coburn. Before that, St. Benedict's. Precious Achua now with the Miami Heat.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love the way this young man is developing offensively. And Mike Boynton is hopeful, and so am I as a fan, that he stays next year and continues to grow into that great size. What is it, 7'5", 7'6" wingspan, I think.
Yeah, no doubt. And you're talking about a guy who was the freshman of the year for Memphis in the AAC.
I saw him last year in the NIT, and he was not very good offensively, but he's made great strides.
Sohan pulls it back out, and now they'll set it up. Jeremy Sohan, the freshman from England. Brown gets a three.
I almost think Kendall Brown should shoot that ball more. He's so good going to the basket. He's a good playmaker as well. I would shoot that ball a little bit more if I were him.
Shot clock under 10. Likely got to go to work against Brown. Likely. And that one bounces around. Eventually, Baylor comes away with it. 8 to go, first half. And it's been a grind at the offensive end for both teams.
Sohan sucking wind a little bit, but they've got a TV timeout coming.
Meyer. And a foul on the floor. Well, here is that TV timeout, Fran Fraschilla. Timeout on the court.
We're back.
Driver. Baylor leading it by 6. And Matthew Meyer so far with 5 points.
L.J. Cryer not available tonight. He is their leading scorer. Has missed eight games with a foot injury. There it is. Smile.
Meyer, step back, a little short on that shot.
Doors open for the Cowboys because Baylor is not scoring well.
Inside, Moncrief can't hit. Meyer has it, and the Bears on the move. Brown, Sohan, open 3. Off the mark. Inside, Moncrief spins it in.
There's a young man from Toronto, Canada. Had a really good freshman year. There's a lot of big bodies on that front line, so he's not getting as much playing time this year. But high energy, big, excellent rebounder and finisher. Good defense, John. You see it? Not a lot of airspace.
Shot clock under 10. Akinjo launches a 3. Can't hit. Out of bounds, and it'll be Oklahoma State basketball. All right, Wednesday college basketball doubleheader begins with Sonic Blockbuster. Number 7 Duke and Virginia at 7 Eastern, and then number 6 Kentucky against LSU at Rupp Arena, and you can watch both on the ESPN app.
Payback for Duke and Kentucky. Virginia went into Cameron earlier in the season and knocked them off.
Big shot from Bryce Thompson.
Yep, I think he banked that. Only shooting 31% behind the arc, but Young man not devoid of confidence.
And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a one-point game.
Defense is definitely locked in.
Sohan lost the handle. It'll stay with Baylor. 6 to go on the shot clock.
Take a look right here. Good defense by Avery Anderson. Ball knocked out of bounds. 6 on the clock. Last time they were in this low clock situation, they got Flagler a good look. He's out of the game.
Akinjo now.
Nope, should have shot it. Yep.
And a turnover.
Akinjo's got to know the clock. As soon as he caught it, the best opportunity for Baylor to score was for him to shoot it and let Thamba go in and rebound it. He's got to understand low clock. Just get a good look. Worry about everything else later. Again.
Inside. And a bucket there for Bryce Thompson, and Oklahoma State has the lead. First lead after starting 0 for 10 from the floor.
Did you say bucket? That should be Bryce Thompson's middle name.
Thamba inside. And the rebound ripped away, and the Cowboys looking to add on. Inside, and that one wouldn't go for Tyreek Smith.
Watch Bryce Thompson, John. You mentioned the transfer from Kansas. He grew up in Tulsa. He can score, and particularly in the paint. Off the window, pull-ups. Former McDonald's All-American. Dad played at Tulsa for Bill Self. And when we were with Bill, he said it just didn't kind of fit, unfortunately.
Caleb Boone's going to check in for Oklahoma State. Matthew Alexander Moncrief will grab a seat.
I'm going to tell you, as a coach, watching this first 15 minutes, if I were Oklahoma State, I would run and run and run, because Baylor, to me, has not been very good at transition, especially their big guys, and especially Thamba. I would run him into the ground.
Cowboys on an 8-0 run.
Good help.
Bonner to Thamba. Wouldn't fall and travel.
I don't like putting the ball in his hands on a roll. We call that a short roll right here. And now having to have him navigate through traffic. Not Flo Thamba's strength right there. And I blame the guard right there for that pass.
Yeah, you don't want him to have to put it on the floor.
Right, because he's never had to do that in 3.5 years. And he doesn't have to be anything more than he's been for 3.5 years. That is a rebounder and a screener.
Right. And if he's going to shoot, you want him to just turn and shoot.
Exactly. And preferably layups.
Yeah.
And putbacks.
Anderson. Step back on Sohan. Smooth move. Avery Anderson.
This is my favorite lineup for the Cowboys when they go Williams, Anderson, and Thompson. Junkyard dogs defensively and scorers.
Avery Anderson had the game-winning three-pointer in OT on Saturday in the win against K-State. Good defense right here. Sohan trying to find Bonner.
Yeah, right now Baylor's playing in handcuffs. They're in handcuffs. They've got nothing offensively, and that's a credit to the Cowboy defense.
4 on the shot clock. 4:05 to go first half. And after an arduous start to the half offensively for Oklahoma State, they've got it in here. They take the turnover, and then losing the handle is Caleb Boone. Had an opportunity, but just could not hang on to it.
I think it was 20-14, if I recall. 19-14.
Well, they were 0 for 10 from the floor. I mean, that is Yeah.
Right now it feels like Baylor's in a major slump.
Good cut to the basket. Flagler spins it in. That is gorgeous.
That's PhD right there, man. Proper hand development. I love those spin moves, and that has to be worked on. Excellent pass by the freshman Sohan as well.
Anderson got it.
Great ball movement. If you play a team like Baylor, you got to stretch that court side to side.
3:17 to go first half, and this is taking a turn. Cowboys by 5. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich. Also available on a biscuit at breakfast at participating.
Jeep halftime report just minutes away. Seth Greenberg, LaFonso Ellis, and Kevin Nagani. Juwan Howard has issued a statement after his 5-game suspension. We have reaction and also let you know what he says in that statement. Plus, the best of the bubble, some teams in action must get wins.
He is really starting to heat up.
That is the second time that Bryce Thompson has run that baseline off a screen. What I love about that is he does his work early and squares up before he gets the ball.
Brown. That wouldn't go. And Rondell Walker the rebound. Walker. And Flagler is fouled on the floor.
John, I want you to watch Bryce Thompson now. He's going to be right here. He's going to run the baseline, but I want you to watch. He is going to square up before he catches it. This is what we call doing your work early so that he doesn't have to turn after he catches it. He's already turning before he catches it. But that's the second time they've run that play that Baylor's fallen asleep.
He's not a pure three-point shooter, only 31% from 3. That's the second he's hit tonight. He's got 11 points. Akinjo lost the handle, might have traveled. Meyer had it blocked, and then a foul on Baylor.
Well, give Mike Boynton credit because this team is at 500, and they have battled the issue of not being eligible for the NCAA tournament. We've talked about it already. None of these players were involved in the NCAA FBI investigation. That goes back 5 years before Ice likely ever played on campus. But they're playing hard today.
Thompson loses the handle and then feeds down low, and Cisse slams it home.
I saw this coming earlier, John. Baylor not locked in defensively. But Oklahoma State starting to cook.
Sohan. Meyer rebounds the miss. Flagler got it.
Yep. I call that a dagger. We used to practice that. Missed that shot. Find a shooter somewhere on the offensive rebound.
30-second timeout, 5-point game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay in your seats for the beginning of halftime for a very
Truck Month is going on now at Ancira Winton Chevrolet on Bandera Road. You'll be thrilled by the huge savings and low interest rates on every new Chevy. Stop by today or check them out at AnciraChevy.com. Buy from Ancira and get 4 passes.
2 of the top teams in the West Coast Conference. And on ESPN at 9:30, 2 of the top teams in the Pac-12 square off. Number 12, UCLA and Oregon, both games also on the ESPN app. Todd Goldman, San Francisco having a really good year.
Lucky break right there. Throw it down.
Moussa Cisse with the dunk.
What looked like a Baylor turnover and a steal bounced the Cowboys' way, and Moussa Cisse, that's what we call a high percentage shot. Zone now by the Cowboys. Mike Boynton getting everybody in position.
And now Akinjo will go to work. Clock winding down. Likely steps out. Can't get it off. And that is the way the first half comes to a close. The Cowboys finish the half knocking down 9 out of 10 after starting 0 for 9. Let's go to Chris Button with Mike Boynton.
Coach, you guys start 0 for 9 from the floor. What changed?
Well, we were getting good shots. I think our guys were amped to play. You know, it's a big game. And we just needed to settle down. So we got more of those good shots and they started going in for us.
We talked about this team wanting to find something to play for. Where's the energy come from today?
Well, honestly, a lot of it's coming from our crowd. We got unbelievable fans, but our kids are playing their hearts out. So I'm trying to coach those hearts as much as I can.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
At the half, Oklahoma State with a 36-29 lead. Now we send it to the studio and Kevin Nagandi.
John, thank you so much. Oklahoma State up by...
Presented by Wendy's. And you're watching Big Monday, brought to you by LinkedIn. At the half, Oklahoma State leading number 10, Baylor 36-29. As we welcome you courtside, John Sciambi, Fran Fraschilla. Chris Button will join us coming up. Oklahoma State got off to an 0 for 9 start. But the defense was there. They righted the ship, Fran, and Bryce Thompson, the guy that really came up with big shots for them.
He knows how to score. He's coming off 23 against a good Kansas State team. The in-state kid grew up in Tulsa, went to Kansas, transferred home. And John, as we watch him grow in his sophomore year, he is a bucket getter. And tonight knocking down a couple threes as well.
Chris Button, what's Scott Drew have to say?
He said that his struggling offense is a direct correlation to the Cowboys' improved offense that last 8 minutes. Our guys started to watch them score. We started to panic and play too fast. We just had to keep our composure, get back into transition.
So Adam Flagler has been all of the offense tonight. Cowboys start with the basketball as we begin the second half.
See a little zone right now by Baylor coming out. So they negate not an open shot.
And that one tipped. Cisse grabs a rebound. Good rebound from Musa Cisse. Anderson from way downtown. Flagler tracks it down. And now Meyer straight on three. Got it.
Good catch and shoot by Matt Meyer and a good start by the Bears. They shot one free throw that half, which tells me they got to be a little more aggressive going to the basket. They're coming out, John, in that zone again. 1-1-3, it morphs back into a 2-3. And of course, this was a staple of this team for many years.
Likely looking for some space, gets it to Cisse, kick out Thompson. He'll try another. And Flagler pulls down the rebound. They stay standing here at Gallagher-Iba. Their feet were falling asleep in the first half. They waited so long for the Cowboys' first basket. Kick up ahead, Cisse out of bounds, and Roger Ayers says keep it going this way. Cowboy basketball.
Bears are lucky again because Flo Thamba keeps getting beat down the court. Quick hook for Matt Meyer after knocking down that 3 ball.
Akinjo almost getting the back tap on Cisse, and now Likely stepped in, and the foul, and going to the line here will be the Texas Tech transfer Tyreek Smith.
Got inserted into the lineup midway through the Big 12. The sophomore from Baton Rouge, went to high school in Dallas, is Mike Boynton's type of kid. Rough and ready.
This officiating crew has done a nice job here tonight. Roger Ayers, John Higgins, Antonio Petway.
I think I've said it, John, I watch a lot of basketball. This is the best officiating in college basketball. There's some nights in some of those leagues I just don't understand what's going on.
It's one of the fun things to me in this league is you get to know the coaches, the players, and the officials.
Yeah.
So Roger Ayers came over. We were joking with him pregame, and he said, this is the dog days, right? And Roger said, yeah, that's why I use the good hair gel tonight.
These are the dog days for these teams and coaches, there's no question.
Flagler scoops it up, wouldn't quite fall. And now the Cowboys back the other way, leading by 5. Likely, lobbing the throw down.
Well, they're crushing that pick and roll. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest, Flo Thamba is no factor. He has no energy. And I hate to say that about a guy that started it every game in a championship team a year ago, but his energy is non-existent. He's making Cisse look like Olajuwon right now.
Well, this is a Baylor team that when it's right, they get you at both ends of the court. And the defensive effort has not been great after the early start.
Watch the pick and roll coverage right here. And Thamba is not, she's in no man's land. He doesn't guard Likely. If he's in what we call a drop coverage, he's got to be backing up and keeping Cisse at least even with him. And there you get a good look at that zone by Baylor.
7-point advantage for Oklahoma State. Cisse inside. Thamba.
There you go.
Jackson.
He must have heard me. And a good run by Thamba. Watch him. He sprinted out of there. See, I think those young freshmen have got to attack the basket and get to the rim.
Flagler to Brown. Brown got bumped. Oh, they got to travel.
See, I think they missed that. The reason he traveled is because he was bumped.
Yeah.
By the defender. And take a look right now. Can't penalize a guy for being bumped like this. Right there.
Yeah.
And that should have been a foul call.
No doubt. So Brown will take a seat. And again, Cowboys lead it by 7. Oklahoma State, one of the elite defensive teams, not just in this conference, but in the country.
Well, we see it every single night, John. It's hand-to-hand combat.
Akinjo with the takeaway. And Akinjo gets hammered.
Good, strong move. Nice job, both guys. Good sportsmanship. Baylor guys helping Akinjo up. Remember, James is not 100%. We know that. And watch the hustle from behind by Rondell Walker and then the foul. And when this team was 15-0, James Akinjo was in the conversation along with Ochai Agbaji, I believe, for Big 12 Player of the Year. I think at this point, John, it's pretty clear that Ochai is on his way to being the Player of the Year. And Bryce Williams has come on, certainly. Isaiah Brockington, Christian Brown. And I think Nigel Pack from Kansas State's going to make my first team.
Are you officially putting out a first team, Aldi?
I'll do one tomorrow night. Tune in, Kansas State.
All right.
We can do it even tonight. There's that zone. Nice.
Out of bounds. And it'll be Baylor basketball.
One of the things I love about Mike Boynton, he's prepared for everything. They attack zones really well. They'll get that ball in the paint. Now the key, John, can the Bears string a few possessions together where they can get some buckets?
Akinjo, and that's goaltending? No.
I tell you, the ball was short.
Yep,
good officiating. That ball was not going to be close.
Anderson. And Cisse, great rebound. Anderson again. And Flagler playing with a lot of energy and urgency in this one.
Yeah, the problem is he's being guarded by Likely right now, who's essentially a shutdown corner.
Foul on the floor against Oklahoma State. Cowboys a 5-point advantage here at home. Got a look there at the Oklahoma State baseball team, fresh off taking 2 out of 3 at Vanderbilt, and there's one of their coaches, former big leaguer Matt Holliday's got his sons with him. Now, just leaning back there on the left, that's Ethan Holiday. By the way, Matt's not flexing right now. he got a good workout in, and he's giving us the stare down.
Sweet.
There's the rest of the coaching staff. The head coach on the left, Matt's brother Josh, Robin Ventura.
Man.
That fat guy in the middle. And then the other guy that was on that row there was Matt's other son, Jackson, who will be heading to Oklahoma State to play for his uncle next year, shortstop.
I know he wasn't going to Oklahoma.
They moved up to 4 in the country.
Robin Ventura, synonymous with the Golden Spikes Award.
Well, he's kind of a big deal around here. Cisse gets fouled.
I've mentioned this a couple times. Musa Cisse has put his track shoes on tonight. The big fella is outrunning Baylor, getting to the basket. And hey, John, I watched him last year in the NIT. He is so much better, this kid. Offensively, he's light years from where he was a year ago.
Want to give a quick shout out to Dan Schulman and the entire crew they went back to the hotel and they were like, we got to go watch John, Fran, and Chris. So they're locked in.
Smart people.
That's right.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Schlu. The Schlu and the crew.
And game day will be in Waco.
Yeah.
On Saturday night as the Kansas Jayhawks try to dispatch of Kansas State tomorrow night.
Meyer inside, flips it up and in.
Baylor hanging around right now. Baylor staying in his zone, John. It looks like a 1-3-1 right now. You see it on the TV screen. It'll morph into really what is a 2-3. But Oklahoma State's done a good job of getting the ball into the lane.
Thompson on the baseline, contested. And that one tipped out of bounds, Baylor basketball. Well, Big Ten, Big 12 Super Tuesday doubleheader. Got it for you on ESPN on the app, 7 Eastern. Michigan State is at Carver Hawkeye Arena to take on number 25 Iowa. And then in-state rivalry. Number 5 Kansas and Kansas State at Allen Fieldhouse. Remember Ochai Agbaji with that late shot in Manhattan as the Jayhawks were able to come back and win that one. I think they were down 16 at the half. I believe that's the most they've ever come back from at the half under Bill Self.
Yes.
There's a rejection, it goes the other way.
50-34, as a matter of fact, that score was. Boom.
And Bryce Williams drops that 3 in.
When they put Williams on the floor with any combination of Thompson and Avery Anderson, right now Rondell Walker as well, they're in a 4-guard set, John, and they are hard to guard.
Thamba, a little jump hook, wouldn't fall.
Here they
Full head
come.
of steam, Bryce Williams. And was it deflected? Nope. Throws it out of bounds. It's a turnover. 13:24 to go, and it's a 7-point advantage for Mike Boynton's team. That's their 9th turnover.
You know, we've watched this league all year, and of course the Cowboys are not eligible for the NCAA tournament, but Bill Self said today he thinks Kansas State is a team who, by the way, John, ravaged as much as any power conference team in the country by COVID. Early in the year, people forget this, they went to Morgantown with 7 scholarship players and an assistant coach that coached the team. And they are playing really good basketball. They're losing some close games, but
oh, wow. Man. Flagler from way downtown as he buries that one. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-point game. 43-39. Good one here in Stillwater.
Stillwater has led the Cowboys in assists each of those 4 years. And oh, by the way, Chris Budden, he can score a little.
He is, and he is 1 point away from a milestone, joining the Comma Club, where he will reach 1,000 points. Mike Boynton telling me that he is everything that this team embodies. He was his first high school recruit. He is the bring your lunch pail to work kind of guy that I have wanted to create the identity of this team based on.
Chris Budden has nuggets.
Oh, she brings the nuggets.
Believe it.
She's got more nuggets than McDonald's. I'm just telling you.
4-point game, 13 minutes to go. Kick to the corner. Now Williams, his shot wouldn't go. Kendall Brown picks it up. Bonner. And Bonner
nice.
Off the glass and in.
Sweet move. I thought he had the lob with Sohan running hard. And Kendall Bonner continues to get better and better. The transfer from Fairmont State, 20 minutes from Morgantown.
Dale Bonner coming off a game I mentioned that thought he played 37 minutes. Playing time's been limited in this one, but a tough basket. They needed it, and they're within 2.
Nice pass.
Anderson on the baseline.
That's the difference without Jonathan Chamwachacho right there. The two freshmen might as well have been statues in a museum right there. Shot fake, got him flying, and the rest, it was over.
Jordan Turner handling here. And again, the minutes load has been heavy. Guys like Akinjo and Flagler when they've been out there. Flagler hits another.
He is keeping this Bears team in this game.
He's got 21.
Want to hear a nugget about him? When he was a freshman at Presbyterian, he dropped 29 at Pauley Pavilion. Kid's a scorer.
Feed inside, Boone able to collect it, and then Flagler takes it away. The Bears can take the lead.
Flagler looking for a mismatch.
Bonner. Loose ball, and it's tracked down there by Walker, and he stepped out of bounds, says Roger Ayers. 10:57 to go, second half, and the Cowboys by 1.
Tonight, well, we have, and the numbers speak for themselves.
Well, think for just a second. They won the national championship, and obviously Mitchell, Butler, Teague all gone. Adam Flagler was their leading returning scorer. He was the 6th man last year, and a guy, you know, you allude to a former Baylor player in the microwave, but he's a guy that can come in and heat it up in a hurry. This year, obviously, when he's been healthy, he's been starting, but I mean, or at least a lot of the time he's been starting. So, I mean, he's impressive the way he can fill it up.
You know, Mark Few remembers that he dropped 13 on the Bulldogs in the championship. That's too tough a pass inside. Got to finish that.
Bauman not able to finish, gets it back, puts it in.
Good effort.
And Baylor, their last lead was at 20-19 with 6:21 to go in the first half. Big bucket, Flo Thamba.
Well, give Kendall Brown credit on that for keeping that ball alive. And Thamba did the rest. Good job by Flo. Good hands.
Good job, Bonner.
Watch him run.
Flagler back the other way. Bonner will try.
Not his strength, John. 19% coming in today. And I know Dale's got confidence, but right now I would put that shot in my back pocket. Do the dirty work, guard. Likely back on Flagler trying to put the fire out.
Flagler, I think, was trying for the lob with Brown cutting.
John, you know, he was trying that scoop shot, but it slipped out of his hand. He tried to go one-hand scoop shot that he makes use of off the backboard. It just slipped.
Feed inside, Cisse is fouled. And Thamba can't believe it.
Well, he let Musa get too deep in the lane. One of the things I've mentioned is if Baylor's going to zone, the one thing I love about Mike Boynton is he is not going to shoot the three until he exploits the paint.
Yeah, that was something when we talked to him pregame that he really emphasized. What's the key to winning tonight? And he said, we got to do damage in the paint.
Yep. You zone me, you're telling me I can't shoot.
Right.
So I'm going to say, all right, fine. We're going to take it right into the paint at you, sucker.
Thompson off the mark. That one tipped. Brown comes away with it. And a freshman on the move.
Watch out.
Flagler straight on.
Boom.
Gets another.
Oh, man. Nothing but net.
Adam Flagler with 24, his career high is 29.
And he did that as a freshman at Presbyterian against UCLA.
And Boog is remarkable because watching him on the bench, he is still battling through the pain in that left knee. He'll come, he'll wince. Even seen him put a heating pad on that knee trying to get it to loosen up.
Offensive foul.
That's a good call. Sohan out of control. And I watch ice. 2 feet down. It's what it is. That's the rule until they change the rule. If he's got 2 feet down before the offensive player leaves his feet, that's the rule. Educate your feet, young man. You will.
Baylor on an 8-0 run. And now Likely to the corner. Thompson's been quiet in the second half and knocks that one down.
How pretty was that? Right in front of us. You know, like Isaiah Brockington at Iowa State, Thompson loves the mid-range. That's his real estate.
Thompson's first 2 points of the second half. Thamba. And then a loose ball, and eventually it ends up with the Cowboys and a foul on Meyer. And Cisse grabbing his elbow or his shoulder. It's like his shoulder.
Big fella hit the floor hard going after that loose ball. He's been very active tonight.
Cisse with 11 points, 7 rebounds.
Let's watch right here, John. This is a scrum. Loose ball, a lot at stake. And Kendall Brown and Musa Cisse tangled up.
Oh, the head of Kendall Brown, I think, went into the arm there. I may have the wrong side, though. I don't think that's the side that Brown got him. So
Hit the ground hard, I think.
Yep. He's in pain.
I want you to watch the baseline. If you're watching at home, watch the baseline and watch how Oklahoma State tries to get the ball down on the baseline with the big guys. They do a really good job of attacking that defense from the inside out.
Shot clock at 6, now 5. Thompson, step back. Brown able to grab it. Oh my goodness.
Good. Oh, right on.
And Flagler gets a step. And they'll say foul on the floor. Baylor a 2-point advantage when we return. The amazing art of James Akinjo. Chris Button with that story.
That's been my biggest motivation since I was a kid, so I feel like it was only right that when I found the artist that I really like, I get her face on me, so it's been a long time coming. I lost my mom when I was young to pneumonia and, birth complications. I wouldn't be nothing without her. Everything you see in me, it's her. She the strongest woman I know.
Akinjo got that tattoo a month ago. The tattoo artist, Lefty Colbert, over at Infamous Ink in Waco, wanted to learn more about his mom before he started drawing her face. So he actually went to Akinjo's grandmother's house, spent time with her, wanted to learn about the woman that she was, and what an incredible portrait that he has done. You can learn more from behind the scenes on our time of the men's and women's basketball programs at Baylor. New episode comes out this Thursday on ESPN+.
We've seen it.
That is cool and beautiful, beautiful work. But I think that, Chris talked about the connection between the artist wanting to know more about James' mom.
James does not say a lot, but he is a good, solid kid. Call a timeout there. Yep, he got it. Good heads-up play by Flagler. He went to the floor. He slipped.
Mike Boynton just asking about the possibility of a travel. 2-point game, Baylor with the ball when we return. Adam Flagler has played 29 minutes in this one, and that left knee, foot on foot, and that clipped him and knocked him over.
Yep, and Mike Boynton wanted to travel there, but he lost the ball. That's what we call a fumble, and he's allowed to pounce on it. Couldn't get up and dribble. Smart that he called timeout. Heads up.
Flagler, and with the shot clock winding down, great rebound by Kendall Brown. Now Akinjo wouldn't fall. Meyer gets fouled. And Scott Drew pumped up with the effort that his team is delivering right now between Meyer and Brown and Akinjo and Flagler and Thamba.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, John, there's a handful of NBA scouts here tonight. And I don't like to talk about these kids as future pros, but when you watch Kendall Brown and Jeremy Sohan, let me just show you why they're excited. This kid is 18 years old, and he's got great length, excellent athleticism. Watch this. This is unbelievable how quick he is to the ball. And here's the crazy thing. Those two kids don't turn 19 until after the season, until next May. Their future is outstanding. It's just not going to happen right away.
Yeah, very bright, no doubt.
All right, staying in that zone. They started in the zone to start the second half. Boom.
Anderson, huge shot right there. And it draws the Cowboys to within one. Again, Avery Anderson against K-State at the game-winning three with 3.5 seconds left in OT on Saturday.
I think he should be more consistent. I love his talent. Avery's had 24 times this year.
Akinjo looking for some space, gets it to Brown. And it's a shot clock violation. It's been a tough night for Akinjo. Just the 2 points. Does have the 2 assists.
Yeah,
he's turned it over 3 times.
Not making excuses for him, but he has not been the same since early January.
Yeah, when he injured his back.
Yeah, and game to game, John, when we come to a shoot around, it's like, okay, who's healthy today?
No point.
And that's what we talk about. These are the dog days of the season, 2 or 3 weeks out from the tournament. So much of what's going to happen in March depends on health.
Bryce Williams, little crossover, gets it to Moncrief. His shot was short, and Thamba comes away with it.
Really nice pass by Bryce. He got by Thamba and just couldn't finish Moncrief.
Flagler, wave it off.
That's the second time that Adam Flagler has driven in. I think the foul was before. Right there's the foul before the shot goes up. It's a good call, but man, it's a bad break because Flagler got by Avery Anderson. Scott Drew tried to plead his case to no avail.
Akinjo gets it into Meyer. Adam Flagler in the second half has been the story for Baylor. Meyer, high arcing shot, loose ball. Sohan.
Oh man, what was that, Meyer that got a piece? Excellent effort right there by Sohan and Meyer. Once again, 4 guards for Oklahoma State. Really comfortable with this.
Thompson, quick release, short shot. Sohan tracks it down. Meyer hit the floor hard.
I tell you, this fatigue is a factor both ways. You can see it in their faces. Flagler, a lot of minutes tonight. Boomerang.
Shot clock under 10. Sohan gives off Meyer. And a big collision as Sohan races back the other way. Bryce Williams with a huge 3, and we are tied.
We said it, John. Williams, Thompson, Anderson is not out there yet. When they're on, they can beat anybody.
The crowd has come to life here at Gallagher-Iba.
I see fatigue on Baylor's part. TV timeout coming soon.
Flagler can't hit. Huge rebound, Thamba, and he gets fouled. I think they got likely with that one. Yep. No, I beg your pardon. It'll be on Bryce Williams.
This is off the break. Watch this. Bryce Williams up the court, in transition, catch and shoot, let it fly. Bingo.
He's wooden watch. James Akinjo averaging a shade over 13 per game on the season tonight. He's been held to just 2 going up against one of the best defensive teams in the country. And I think also worth noting, James Akinjo, a guy who's missed a couple of games and hasn't been entirely healthy. Certainly not 100% right now. The back has been, at least at times, an issue for him.
Yep. Adam Flagler has picked up the slack. He's got 24 tonight.
Flagler inside, hesitation and good, and he's got 26.
That's unbelievable. He shot it right over the big fella. That little hesitation. Baylor has been in the zone. This is the longest I've seen Baylor play zone since before Davion Mitchell came to campus.
Feed inside, Cisse. Tipped out, and it's into the hands of Bryce Thompson.
John, you see this?
Likely the lob.
It's a foul. Yep. Do you see how well Oklahoma State gets the ball to the baseline? This is really good basketball. Ice Likely is going to sneak behind the defense. And yeah, he's going to throw the lob right away, the foul. And I love their attack of the zone. I don't think Baylor will do this Saturday against Kansas. There's no way. Bill Self's got too many tricks. But they need it tonight.
Yeah, you think about this run, this amazing 19-year run for Scott Drew, as Likely uses the glass to tie it up. But Fran, they had extended stretches where they were primarily a zone team.
Absolutely. And by the way, congrats to Ice Likely, who's now gone over the 1,000-point mark as a Cowboy. Good matchup right here. That's a foul, and that's a bad foul. And actually, it may be a good foul because Thamba's going to shoot the free throws. Take a look right here, and Flo is a 57% foul shooter. Now,
Flo is lucky, by the way.
Well, it could have been a flop.
Yeah.
But he got hit by a linebacker too.
I would say he was lightly pushed.
Well, you know what? I think there's enough contact here to call it. Look at that, John.
He's selling it pretty good.
Of course he is. But we used to teach that. You know, if he lifts his toes off the ground, he falls down immediately.
Big free throws. Thamba 57% from the line, and he knocks them both down. And Baylor has the lead.
Tamba's got to be active on the back line because it's 4 out top. Right there, look.
And guess who? Flagler steps in, and Akinjo walks it back out.
Boy, I think if James was healthy, he would have kept going.
Flagler and likely on him. Akinjo.
I think James wants Flagler to get it back.
He does.
Yep, you can tell.
And Akinjo lost the handle.
Nope, another violation.
An empty possession for Baylor. 2:15 to go. And this has been, I mean, just a slugfest in terms of the defensive effort for both these teams.
You and I are courtside. We can see the body language.
Yeah.
And I think James is trying to make sure that Adam knows it's got to be him tonight. There's that zone. And it is more of a 1-3-1 now. The forwards are out. Watch the inside again.
Likely from the elbow. Got it.
Yep.
And we're tied back up, 57 apiece.
This is great execution by the Cowboys versus the zone.
It's been a really good live crowd here tonight. Flagler picks up the dribble. Sohan had his shot blocked by Cisse. Likely. And eventually Cisse gets fouled.
It actually turns out to be a good foul, but Cisse gets a piece of this shot by Sohan. Take a look right here. Jeremy's going to turn. Here comes Musa, and they are off to the races. And this turns out to be a good foul by Flo Thamba. Watch Cisse try to throw that down. Now he's going to make it where the big fella's got to make free throws, and he's at 56%.
I'm thinking that if you went to Scott Drew right now, he's going to want Flagler taking the shot at the other end of the court most of the time.
John, the problem is he's got ice likely wrapped around him like a shawl.
Cisse not able to hit the first, 1:28 to go. Cowboys won the first meeting between these two teams on January 15th as they knocked off #1 Baylor. Cisse the free throw. Cowboys with a 1-point advantage, 1:28 to go. And a timeout on the court. Man, this has been a battle, huh?
Yes, it has. Now, watch Scott Drew. He's trying to orchestrate something for Flagler. If you're Flagler now and you're Drew, I think you've got to run him off some screens and force some switches so that you can get likely off of him. And I also think Adam can't necessarily count on the 3 ball, but get to the basket.
All right, a reminder coming up next. It is SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. He'll have highlights and reaction from Monday's college hoops. Also the latest on Juwan Howard and his situation in suspension. Plus, back for her 19th season in the WNBA, it is Sue Bird. She'll join SVP. And it's another cool edition of Bad Beats. And that's all coming up here on ESPN and ESPN app.
I haven't commented on Juwan Howard. I'll say it simply. I always had a trouble coaching 2 teams. I had enough trouble coaching 1 team. And what I think Juwan needed to do was not worry about what Greg Gard was doing with his press offense. Juwan Howard clearly did not know the college rule. When the ball is deflected out of bounds in the backcourt, if the offensive team calls timeout, you get a fresh 10-second count. He clearly didn't know that, but I would say to Juwan, coach your team. Don't worry about coaching 2 teams. All right, now, it's going to be Darrell Revis, or really it's ice likely on Flagler. He's going to be all over him. If you're Scott Drew, can you create a mismatch where someone else guards Flagler.
Flagler gets the ball. Flagler, jumper, got it.
How good is that?
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Ice Likely was a half a step from him.
He's matched his career high with 29.
He's going to shoot it.
Anderson at the basket, feed inside. Likely wouldn't go. Rebound and a putback. And we are tied at 60.
All right, now Scott Drew's got he's got a choice here. He could go 2 for 1, but he's not going to have time. Got to get it up before 40. Not going to happen.
Flagler again. This time wouldn't fall. Loose ball. Cowboys have it.
Holding for 1.
Timeout, Oklahoma State. 23.2 seconds to go. Tied at 60.
Adam Flagler got a good look. Take a look right here. Here's the one he nails. Half a step away. Bingo. That second one looked like it was going to go, but watch Ice Likely. We called him 3 years ago a linebacker playing point guard. 6'5", 225, and gets it done in a variety of ways.
All right, so Fran, you're talking about 60-60. Where does Oklahoma State go at this end of the court?
Well, you know Bryce Thompson can get a shot, okay? That's a given. I think they're going to put it in Likely's hands to find the right open shooter. Might be Thompson, might be Anderson. And Williams is out there. All capable, John, of knocking down a big shot. The key is to get it in. Here's the other key. Unless you get a layup, don't shoot it before 5.
Okay.
Because then you have time for the offensive rebound. If you're Baylor and you get the rebound 5 or higher, go attack.
Oklahoma State won the previous meeting in Waco. Handed Baylor their first loss of the year, January 15th.
Interesting. Baylor showing the zone again. Let's see if they switch and morph.
Bryce Williams with it. Cisse comes out. Williams. Anderson down. Fade away. Thompson misses everything. Will that count?
I'll tell you, they got to look at it.
John Higgins saying no.
They're pretty decisive, but you might as well look at it. The shot clock anyway, John.
Yeah.
If they go review it, it would be a shot. I think it's a shot clock violation first.
Yeah. So now they're celebrating.
Nope. They're going to go look at it first. If it's my opinion, and I could be wrong, watch the shot clock first. Don't worry about the game clock. Does it get to zeros? It does. That's an easy one. Let's go overtime.
John Higgins and Antonio Petaway.
Now, remember this, John. They're going to put time back on the clock. Baylor will have a full court heave here.
Right.
The shot clock violation happened before the end of the game. They know it's a violation, but what John Higgins is doing right now is figuring it out. Scott Drew's already in his huddle, thinking of a way to throw this ball full court. And that's what he's doing. So,
it's going to go to .7, Roger Ayers.
This is a good crew. I mean, let's watch now. It's not the game clock. The ball is in Ice Likely's hands as it gets to 0. Okay? All right, now we got .7. which remember is time for a catch and shoot. What I would do here if I was Scott Drew, I would put Kendall Brown would be the guy I would throw it to in the lane. And it's got to be a good pass. Catch it, hope to get fouled, and just get it on the glass. That would be me.
Yep.
Your best athlete.
All right. So 0.7.
Remember, you can't run the baseline now.
Scott Drew some final instructions because they take a little extra time. 60 apiece. And they're going to put Cisse on the baseline to make it more challenging to whomever is going to throw the baseball pass.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Brown throwing it. And so it's going to be Sohan and Thamba rim. That's what I would do.
So 0.7. And John Higgins saying you got to stay put right here.
Well, he's allowed to back up. He is allowed to back up. He's got to stay within 5 feet.
And we're headed to overtime. End of regulation, 60 apiece. In, but it wasn't before the shot clock had gone off, and then Flagler's heave wouldn't go.
You know, you're asking yourself, why would they throw it to Flagler and heave it? And the one answer is, if you throw it long down the court, out of bounds, Oklahoma State will get the ball on their baseline.
Yep. Well, our overtime presented by SoFi. So 60 apiece. And these two teams been a dogfight. But the Cowboys got off to a horrendous start from the floor. They were 0 for 9 to begin the game. It took them about 5 minutes to score their first points of the game.
Keep this in mind, John. We start this overtime. Sohan and Thamba with 4 fouls each.
Scott Drew telling his team, don't give up an offensive rebound and get an offensive rebound, and reminding his guys, watch your fouls. They got 2 players in foul trouble. Flo Thamba and Jeremy Sohan both with 4.
You know what I love just now, John? Sohan and Kendall Brown were smiling like, hey, college basketball is pretty cool.
Thamba and Cisse to jump it up. John Higgins. And Baylor wins the tip.
All right, once again, Likely's going to shadow Flagler, who has already had a great night.
Almost traveled. Thamba needs some help.
Akinjo's got to stay aggressive and get to the basket off the dribble. Nice pass.
Great look. Finds Flo Thamba for the deuce. He just kind of probed and waited.
He's got to do more of that, John. There's that zone again. The baseline is available. Watch the white shirts down there.
Thompson off the mark. Bryce Thompson at 11 in the first half, only 2 since the break. Adam Flagler, even on that balky left knee, has matched the career high with 29. The Bears playing.
That should be a foul.
Without L.J. Cryer.
That should be a foul. And listen, you can say that he's flopping. Those are fouls. Okay? We used to teach this when we set screens. If you leave your toes off the ground, you automatically fall down. All right, they don't call that one. Watch this. That's a foul.
Yep.
Now he's got to make his free throws.
Thamba in this one, 2 for 2 from the line, came in shooting 57%. Baylor perfect from the stripe in the game. The Bears 7 for 7. Can't hit, Likely to rebound, and ice up ahead. Anderson. And an offensive foul.
And Anderson made up his mind. Flagler said, I'm just going to stand here. And Avery just ran him over. Roger Ayers on the baseline. Take a look right here.
And for Anderson, that's number 5.
Now, the NBA rule is you're not allowed to be legal until if the player gathers it on the way up. College rule is you have to get legal before that offensive player leaves the air, into the air. We used to teach not running people over. It's very simple. Ask Villanova how many charges they've had this year.
3:46 to go, so Anderson is fouled out. And meanwhile, on the Baylor side, Adam Flagler taking a crucial charge. And he's matched the career high with 29 points.
It's a young man that the only Division I school that offered him was Presbyterian in South Carolina. He's from Duluth, Georgia, suburb of Atlanta. After 1 year of Presbyterian, he joined the parade to Baylor. Guys like Davion Mitchell and Maceo Teague.
Back cut.
Oh,
and
missed
it wouldn't fall.
Pretty good play. Watch that baseline.
Likely high arcing shot retired.
I love when he's aggressive offensively. His sophomore year to start that season before mononucleosis, he was unguardable that way.
Nice Likely with a dozen, and he's been tasked with the hard work of trying to cover Adam Flagler. And now Akinjo looking for some space. Bamba, that shot wouldn't go.
That ain't happening with Cisse in there, trust me.
And an offensive foul. And again, Likely runs over Flagler. Man.
Well, watch ice now, he knows, but this is a good ice play right here. He's gonna slip into that part of the defense. Finishes at the rim and then coming down. I mean, come on.
Likely a 4-year starter, 4th straight year leading the team in assists. He's got a dozen tonight. A dozen points, that is. Tied at 62. Akinjo. Oh, big shot.
That looked like Damian Lillard right there. That Oakland connection. That his first field goal?
It's his, yeah, it is his first field goal, indeed. He's got 4 points.
Yep.
His other 2 points came at the free throw line.
These guys are not afraid to take shots.
That's a big shot right there for Bryce Thompson.
They're not afraid. What I like about Oklahoma State, man, they're fearless. What a shame. What a shame the NCAA screwed these guys. Seriously.
Sohan. Flagler looks exhausted.
Yep.
Sohan wide open. Wouldn't fall.
Look good. What I like about Oklahoma State now is they got 4 guys that can get a shot. Those 4 guards.
Under 90 seconds to go, tied at 64 in overtime.
That should be a foul.
And a timeout, Oklahoma State, with 6 on the shot clock.
I thought Baylor was lucky right here because it looked like Meyer. Let's see who trips him. I think it could have been a foul call. Matthew Meyer lucky. 6 on the clock. Mike Boynton's got a right. Take a look right here. He rakes at the ball. Maybe he falls down. Yep.
Yeah.
No trip.
He just fell.
Yep.
Possession arrow belongs to Oklahoma State. They'll have the ball with 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
And I think, John, because of where he fell down, this ball should be underneath the basket. Inside that foul line area down is this would be an inbounds under. I'm interested that Baylor has gone zone the entire second half.
And again, at the end of this game, SportsCenter with SVP. He's standing by. Another edition of Bad Beats coming your way. Analysis of the Juwan Howard situation.
I think the Cowboys, I think the Bears were given 4.5 tonight. I think.
Stanford Steve will be all over.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing you got to do if you're Mike Boynton is get the ball inbounds cleanly. You've got a lifetime with 6 seconds. Get it in the hands of one of those playmakers, Williams, Thompson, Likely. Let them go to work. Not a lot of time for thinking here.
Now this is a Baylor team that is shorthanded right now, no question. And I feel like at times, especially late in that first half, I felt like they were going through the motions a little bit as the Cowboys went on that big run. But here in the second half, a really good effort. No LJ Cryer, still out with that foot injury.
Yep, and I honestly think if they get healthy, they're going to be a terror in the NCAA tournament. Why? Because so many guys, Thamba, the 2 freshmen, Meyer, have had to do more without John Wachacho. Okay, interesting now. Let's see what Baylor does. They're going to stay zone. It's a 1-3-1 zone. You see Kendall Brown on the ball. Let's see what happens.
Bryce Williams to inbound. Likely. Walker, kick to the corner. Bryce Williams.
Shot clock. Yep. Now, the FIBA rule, John, which I'd love to see change, is as soon as Sohan caught it, play on.
Yep. Yeah, it's the old soccer advantage rule.
Yes. All right.
So here we go. Close in on a minute to go in overtime. Flagler with 29. Step back 3. It wouldn't fall. Rebound, Oklahoma State. And here come the Cowboys, Bryce Williams.
Not bad. I think they went 2 for 1 there. They'll get a last possession.
Thompson, 3. Sohan the rebound. About 8+ seconds of difference between shot clock and game clock. And Scott Drew's going to call time. Tied at 64 apiece. A really gritty, gutty battle from both of these teams. And I think especially, as we pointed out, I mean, you're talking about an Oklahoma State team at 13-13, 6-8 in the conference. They found out just before the start of the season that their appeal was denied. They'd be ineligible for the postseason. And so they will not be participating in the Big 12 tourney or the NCAA tourney for that matter.
Keep in mind, John, we know what Baylor happens if they lose. They'll be in 3, but there will be at least 1, maybe 2 Big 12 teams with under 500 records in the NCAA tournament. Statistically, analytically, it's the best league in the country. If you can get yourself to 8 wins, you are going to be in the tournament. There's no question about it. Now, let's take Oklahoma State first. Miss or make by Baylor. I'm getting it out and pushing it. Okay, so on the miss or make, let's get it in and quickly. If you're Baylor right now, I'm just comfortable with Adam Flagler having the ball. And I don't think he has to shoot the 3, although it's not a bad play.
Right.
I think he can get himself to the basket. He is not the passer that Akinjo is. He's a scorer.
We'll see what Scott Drew comes up with. Flagler has played almost 41 minutes in this game. And a guy who's been playing on a bad knee. Akinjo's played 39 minutes. And Scott Drew has played only 8 in this one.
All right, here we go. Face. Watch Flagler coming off.
Back to Akinjo. Akinjo with Walker on. Akinjo pull up. Got it.
Man, how about that?
Huge shot.
That was clutch. That was Dame Lillard.
So now Williams down the other end. Bryce Thompson gives off to Likely.
Gotta go.
Likely, the heave. Wow, and Baylor escapes with a win. What a win for the Baylor Bears. James Akinjo with a huge shot, but our player of the game, Adam Flagler, matches a career high with 29, 7 3-pointers, and our player of the game brought to you by Phillips 66. Well, our final here in overtime, Baylor, number 10 in the country, and they beat a game Oklahoma State team. 6